Welcome to week number 4, audio German number 2. We want to discuss assessing power in the collaborative governance. What I'd like to do is first of all define what exactly is power and how it's applied to collaboration. According to Webster, power is the possession of control, authority, and influence over others. What we want to do in this process is utilize power in a way that is congruent to working with others in a way that everyone feels comfortable. The arenas of power for power are the participants. We also want to look at the process and also the content of power. Within the collaborative governance process, we understand that um, power has a political, an economic, and a social aspect. And we want to know that power is a resource that can be expanded, it can be diminished, or it can be deferred, which means we can give it to other parties. Next, we want to look at the participants that are needed. We want to look at the stakeholders and particularly anyone who is affected by the outcomes of the process. Anyone who will be affected by the decisions that are made through the collaborative process need to be addressed. When seeking the participants in the collaborative process, we want to identify who are the stakeholders, who has the general interest, and what is occurring and what will happen through the process and how would they be affected. And when we choose a leader in this process, we want to choose an individual who will take charge of the collaborative process and determine who will participate in the outcomes. We want to find people who are engaged and have a buy in and have a stake in what the outcomes will be. When discussing the participations needed, we want to find out who is involved and who will lead the participants. Flexibility allows that trial and error will eliminate confusion and allowing the facts to be determined. The outcomes of the process also determine how the participants feel, especially about how their individual status is within the collaboration. Do they matter? They may ask, did what I do, what I did, uh, help to provide to the collaboration, and did it make a difference? Next, we want to talk about the process, which includes the where, the when, and the how. We want to include flexibility, which would allow for error and eliminating confusion and allowing for the facts to be determined. We want to take all of the different aspects of the initial collaboration, um, details, research, and all of the included items, which will determine how we will achieve our stated goals. Next, we want to talk about the content of the collaboration. The content of the collaboration, we want to pinpoint what are the issues and what are the outcomes that we are seeking. The outcome of the process is connected to the content, to the overall collaboration. The overall collaboration will determine what outcomes are achieved, and who has a legitimate claim in this participation. Each person has to be invested and feel comfortable with um, what determined outcomes are effective. Next, we want to talk about accountability, one of the pillars of public administration. When addressing accountability, we seek for solutions that go beyond their limited vision of what is possible. In other words, we attempt to seek the ethical decision making. We want to see legitimacy, efficiency, effectiveness, responsibility, and representation. Lastly, as far as leadership, we wanted to discuss Exodus 18:21. Furthermore, you will shall seek out of the people able men who fear God, men of truth, those who hate dishonest gain, and you shall place these over them as leaders of thousands, of hundreds, of fifties, and of tens.